Hey, we're here with the Boxer Rebellion guys. Thanks so much for taking the time. Really appreciate it. You're
Thank you.
Touring your third record, The Cold Still. How's that going for you guys?
It's going very well. I mean, we've only done, I guess, 4 nights already, but they've all been great.
On this tour.
Yeah, on this tour. We've done UK, Europe, South by Southwest. And
Is that it for you guys? I mean, are you always on the road, always touring?
Not necessarily. We've probably been on the road pretty much for maybe 2 or 3 months now. The summer you get a break because it's festival season and you tend to just do weekend jobs. So it's not absolutely crazy for us. And also because we're kind of independent artists, we have to make sure things cover costs. So yeah, we're not like U2 or anything. We don't tour constantly for 2 years for an album.
It's interesting that you mentioned the independent music thing, because I think that's a fairly significant part of the Boxer Rebellion story. You were signed to Alan McGee's Pop Tone Records, the now defunct Pop Tone Records.
well defined.
And you've put out 2 records independently since then, and you've probably had better success, one could argue, being independent than being signed to any label, right?
Yeah, well, what happens with a band at our level is if you sign a record deal and tons of money gets pumped in, then unless you're doing really well and you're recouping that money, then you're not a priority for them.
Right.
Whereas if you're at our level and you're doing your own thing, you're obviously your own priority and you spend money accordingly. There's not as much to recoup, and the relationships you have with the people who do your press and your radio are more personal, and the places you go are more meaningful because you've chosen them. So at our level, you can just operate better. It's a slicker machine. There's a lot of fat that comes with being on a label.
How important has the opportunity been to be on American TV shows? I mean, your songs have been featured on American TV shows. I mean, how important has that been as a way to publicize your music without having that big machine behind you?
I think it's really good for, like, for instance, being on David Letterman, I think helped us do certain things in the UK. Like, our publicity teams can use that as leverage. Stuff like that. Like, oh, well, they've done that in the States. Let's get them something over there. And it always gets us, like, I mean, for instance, we did the movie Go in the Distance, where we wrote the song, we were in it, and that really helped us out. I mean, it wasn't a huge movie or a massive hit of a movie, but it really helped us out in a way of just getting our music out to people.
Ethan Johns produced this record, and I guess if you can't beat him, join him, right? I mean, he produced the Kings of Leon record that you guys were neck and neck with for all that time on iTunes.
Well, we were neck and neck for about 3 hours. No, he produced the first 3, which were kind of not the more commercial ones. They were more of the
reason I fell in love with that band, actually, is
their third album was what really struck a chord with me, and he did Ray LaMontagne and Ryan
Emmylou
Adams.
Harris.
And, he's done loads and loads of stuff that we all really liked. So.
And how much of an impact did he have on the recording process for you guys?
He had quite a bit of an impact on the recording process, simply because when we were recording Union and we were kind of self-producing it, we had to worry about everything. Worry about how it was being recorded and how it sounded and what parts sounded good and all of that kind of thing. And he took that pressure away from us, and that's what a great producer does. We could concentrate on just performing, and playing together. And he really was fantastic at it. He had like a strong hand because he'd been doing it for quite some time, and so it was fairly easy to have faith that he would produce something that sounded really good, and it was a huge relief. This album was a lot easier. It
was recorded at Real World Studios, right? That's Peter Gabriel's haunt. Like, how did you hook up with that place?
Well, Ethan wanted to record there. We wanted to record in an environment that he was at home in,
right?
And yeah, it was glorious. It's one of the last kind of really awesome residential studios, like big studios from when there was a lot of money in the record industry. And it's set in a wonderful part of England near Bath, kind of in the countryside, and we had glorious weather, and it was a lot of fun.
Glorious weather, and yet the record, I mean, we were talking this a bit before we sat down, the record is a bit gloomy, isn't it?
It is a little bit. I mean, I think it's just, it's not gloom. There's a lot of, I guess, introspective and stuff about that. But I just think of things like the title, The Cold Still. It kind of we chose that title because of the mood of it, the sound of it, and with that comes with the mood, it comes with the atmosphere of stuff, and automatically I think of a day like today, cold and kind of rainy, and
but it can be beautiful as well.
Yeah,
sure.
I mean, that's what we try to do. Is
we don't have to be miserable. That's not what we're aiming for.
Create a whole balance. I don't think you can have euphoric moments without bringing it up from a lower place.
Sure. Is that studio then a more analog studio than a digital studio? Was most of this recorded?
No, it's very, very digital.
Oh, very digital.
But we recorded it analog.
Right.
Like, we brought in a tape machine, did it all through that kind of medium. But like, no, as far as the technology there, it's pretty ridiculous. I mean, I think Peter Gabriel loves his
gear.
His gear. So the desk actually looks like the Starship Enterprise. It's pretty incredible.
How much was it recorded live off the floor versus overdubs and stuff? I mean, it is a fairly full sound.
I would say about 8 or 9 songs. All 4 of us. That's our take. Like at the same time. You know, we did it live.
Yeah.
Which was great for me because I don't like the process of kind of doing drums and then the bass and then finishing up with this whole piece of music, and then I have to sing over it. And
you like feeling the flow of the
sometimes
song.
I feel like I'm messing it up.
Right.
And because it's already all kind of perfect to an extent. If you're doing it on like Pro Tools, you can get it perfect. And if you're singing that time, sometimes singing takes away from that perfection of instrumentation. So I like the fact of being able to kind of go in and play about eight takes and then having the finished song, including the vocals, and it was great.
This record was released first on iTunes, right? Without a physical release, is that?
Well, Union was in North America. Yeah, we did it just as kind of a. We've had a really good relationship with iTunes because they did the single of the week, and they kind of revived our whole careers. So it was kind of not a favor, but it was just, we thought like it was a good thing to do.
Yeah, and the other thing is that because we're independent and self-financed, really the best way of us doing things is trying to push things out digitally first.
Yeah.
And then if they're successful, reevaluating a physical release rather than pressing up a ton of records and not knowing what your demand's going to be.
Sure.
You know, big labels can afford to do that, but we can't so much.
Show is sold out in Toronto. How important has social media been to you guys? I mean,
it's been absolutely vital.
How active are you guys individually on social media?
We all have our Twitter accounts that I don't think I'm definitely not a natural social networker.
Yeah.
So we all have our Twitter accounts, and we kind of have to, I guess, push ourselves to do it. But I mean, it's really good. It's just good to kind of that anyone can, if they want to ask us a question, or I mean, I even message people I really like, and I never hear back. So it's good. I always feel like if someone asks me a question on Twitter, it's good to do the same.
Yeah, and also, sorry to keep harping on about it, but because we're independent,
no, it's a good.
We don't have the same avenues of reaching our fans, like getting to the mass market appeal. So actually, the coming up of social media in the past few years
Yeah.
has meant that we can cut out that middleman and we
Sure.
can actually communicate with fans really easily and really quickly, and keep that kind of communication going to build our fan base.
Is the plan for you guys down the road to put out other people's records based on the knowledge that you have and the acumen at this point that you guys have built up?
To me, that was the initial point of starting our own label, as well as because like when we first brought out Union, it was like, and we brought it out physically, we didn't really have a label name, and it was kind of, people kept saying, "Oh, they kept making such a big deal about us being unsigned." It was like, well, we could be signed if we really wanted to. We might as well just have an imprint and like make it look a bit more professional. But I don't know. I mean, and that's not to say that we'll never have bigger distribution through like a major or do some sort of licensing deal or sign with a major or whatever. But right now we're liking what we're doing. We're liking making decisions, and it would be cool. It would be very cool someday to sign bands.
Who's touring with you guys? Do you have a
band called We Are Augustines, who are a Brooklyn-based band who we've been friends with for a long time, and they're awesome. They're fantastic. Two of the guys used to be in a band called Pella.
Oh, cool.
And they are, very, very good.
Cool. Continued success, guys. I know that you guys probably work harder than any other band out there because you are doing it on your own, and I think your fans and certainly the newer fans appreciate the work you're doing. So continued success, guys.
Thank you.
And thanks for a great new record.
Yeah, thank you very much. We look forward to hopefully playing a few more shows other than Toronto. But yeah, we're doing Vancouver.
Great.
Yeah, but it'd be good to get back to other places.
Thanks, guys. Thanks. A lot. Cheers.
ExploreMusic wears English Laundry apparel.